Now, you leave everything, what you think your kid's gonna do? You think your kid's gonna be as frugal and as thrifty and as miserly as you? Now, you made all that money now. You.
Am I satisfied?
Okay.
I'm satisfied with my career. And I remember, you guys every night. And I was one of those type of athletes.
So why do you think some of the things that have happened in your career are...
Floyd Mayweather has suddenly gone quiet, disappearing from the public eye just days after Shannon Sharpe made a bold claim that rocked the sports world. Known for constantly being in the spotlight and flaunting his lifestyle online, Mayweather's unexpected silence has people talking. Sharpe's fiery comments on his show have sparked serious questions. Some fans think Floyd's just laying low, while others believe there might be something more serious going on behind the scenes.
What makes Floyd so unique? Because he fought, he's fought Pacquiao, he fought you, he fought Gotti, he fought Corrales, he fought Ricky Hatton. He's fought so many, and all these guys, a lot of these guys had titles at the time or were former world champions like yourself. What makes him so unique?
His pedigree. Look, I'm good friends with his father. The best trainer I've ever had.
Wow.
By far. He is, well, except for the professor who trained me for the Chavez fight when I beat Chavez in 1996. But Floyd Sr. is the best trainer I've ever had. He's a teacher. And that's what Floyd Jr. grew up with. He grew up with a teacher who disciplined him to be the very, very best. And I love his patience. I love the fact that he's a hard hitter and he has a chin.
Back in 2017, NFL Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe openly called out Floyd Mayweather Jr. for his flashy lifestyle and questionable money habits. The criticism came after reports revealed that Mayweather had asked the IRS for extra time to pay off his 2015 tax bill, even while constantly showing off his wealth online. Sharpe's comments triggered a bigger debate about whether Mayweather's claims of being a billionaire were actually true.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
Sharpe didn't hold back his frustration, saying, "Floyd's been through this before. What isn't he understanding? What really disappoints me is that he's all over Instagram and Twitter showing off stacks of cash, living large, but still won't pay what he owes."
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
Mayweather clapped back on Instagram, defending himself by claiming he paid $26 million to the IRS in 2015. He questioned why people were doubting him, writing, "While everyone's busy counting my money and assuming the worst, here are the facts. Uncle Sam got $26 million from me in 2015. What more do they want?" Shannon Sharpe has frequently shared his thoughts on Mayweather's career, often criticizing the way Floyd approaches the sport. After Mayweather scored a 10th-round TKO win over Conor McGregor in their 2017 crossover fight, Sharpe admitted Floyd's skills were sharp, but questioned the seriousness of the bout. He saw it as more of a money move than a true test of competition.
He hit Floyd with that uppercut, flush, and Floyd kept coming. I think Conor knew he was in trouble.
Floyd has a chin. I've told you before, he's got a chin.
And McGregor doesn't punch as hard as you thought he did. And
nope, he does. That's where you're wrong.
And I told you about the gloves. It's a difference. Dana said, well, you could feel his knuckles. I said, when you get those hands wrapped, he's not going to feel any knuckles. Skip, this might have been one of Mayweather's best performances.
It was. Agreed.
For the simple fact is, he had a 175-pound heavy bag in front of him with no head movement. Really, yeah, he was unorthodox with his stances, but I knew in a million years he was never going to beat Floyd Mayweather, Skip, because he's not a boxing tactician. He had too wide of a base. In the MMA, Skip, you need a wide base to guard against leg strike and takedowns. So he had a wide base. He had too much, he was too square on, so all this
Sharpe's take ties into his bigger criticism of today's boxing scene. He believes too many fighters are more focused on protecting their unbeaten records than stepping into the ring with real threats. In his view, Mayweather's legacy has influenced a generation of boxers to play it safe, which he feels is hurting the sport. Sharpe has called for a return to the old-school mentality, where the best fought the best, win or lose, because that's what keeps fans excited and builds true legacies.
Shoulders, stomach, chest. As a boxer, you got to be like this. You want to make the target as narrow as possible. And for Floyd to do what he did, he's just like, okay, give me your best shot. Put that rope-a-dope on him like the Rumble in the Jungle skip. You remember Zaire? Give me all you got. Conor was just throwing all those shots. And then come round 4 and 5, Joe, I thought I was at the club. All them Jello shots Conor was passing out because they had nothing on them. Jello shot, hey Conor, let me get one of them tangerine Jello shots because there ain't nothing to it. And Floyd walked through it. Hit it, power shot after power shot. Skip, he wasn't doing nothing pretty, nothing, no peekaboo, no shoulder roll, straight right hands to his dome like I told you he would. Now remember, I ain't gonna run shoot this man. He too small, you effed. You should have left me where I was, brother. You should have left me there.
During a lively discussion on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay podcast, Stephen A. Smith stirred things up by comparing Michael Jordan to Floyd Mayweather Jr. He pointed out that both legends had a way of breaking down their opponents so completely, it made those rivals seem less talented than they actually were. Smith explained that while LeBron James earns respect, Jordan and Mayweather struck fear, something he sees as a key difference. LeBron will beat you, sure, Smith said, but MJ made you look like you didn't belong on the same court.
Everybody that Mayweather fought, he made him look like it was 5 years too late.
Right.
And that's the greatness of him.
Yes.
You look at the champions that this man beat and made them look mundane in beating them.
Right. You talk about Mayweather, right?
Mayweather.
I would say the same about Jordan, but that's a different story.
Oh, there you go. No.
I mean, I'm glad that you heard that. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. You know, because Jordan will make you look like you're less than what you are.
Like before Scotty?
LeBron will beat you.
I know he ain't.
But MJ will make you look like less than what you are.
Floyd Mayweather joined Club Shay Shay and opened up about his 2017 fight with Conor McGregor, revealing that he intentionally let McGregor land punches early on. Mayweather said it was all part of his strategy. He knew McGregor wasn't used to the deep waters of a full boxing match. By taking those early shots and conserving his own energy, Floyd let McGregor burn out. Once McGregor started to fade, Mayweather turned up the pressure, took control, and finished the fight with a TKO in the 10th round. It was a clear display of Mayweather's ring IQ and veteran savvy.
So talk us through the fight with Conor McGregor. Obviously, he's a UFC guy, MMA, and it seems like to me your game plan was like you would just walk. I'd never seen you just like you was like taking punches. You like walking through his punches. Did you not feel he could knock you out?
Oh, absolutely not. Like I said before, you know, when you've been in there with the best,
right?
When I say the best, meaning, I could throw so many different names out there because
we'll get to those names in a minute. We're going to talk about that because Floyd, I don't think you get the credit you deserve for the fighter that you are. You beat 16 world champs. You're 50-0. But people always make excuses. When he fought De La Hoya, De La Hoya was old.
I don't know. I think I beat, if I'm not mistaken, I beat 23.
You beat.
Oscar De La Hoya has openly reflected on Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s clear victory over Canelo Alvarez in their 2013 matchup, a fight he himself promoted. De La Hoya admitted he had warned the young Alvarez not to take the fight, saying he didn't yet have the experience to face someone like Floyd. I told Canelo, "Don't fight Floyd. You're too young and not ready," he recalled. He was 21, feeling confident, showing off his strength, but in the ring, it wasn't even close.
I told Canelo, do not fight Floyd because you're too young. You have no experience.
Right.
Well,
but he's a much bigger man.
He is, but he's 21 years old, flexing his muscles like I can take on Floyd. I'm the very best. Guess what? You got schooled. You got schooled.
Pitch the shutout.
Exactly. I mean, it wasn't even close.
You promoted Floyd.
I did promote Floyd, yeah. And you know, he was, the time when he was making the, I think it was a Showtime contract, $30-40 million. Yeah, we promoted all those fights.
Right.
You know, great experience for us. It was, you know, it put us on the map, obviously, and, you know, we're now one of the top promoters in the world.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is considered one of the greatest boxers of all time, with an unbeaten record and world titles in 5 different weight classes. But despite his incredible accomplishments in the ring, he remains a divisive figure in sports. Critics often point to his bold personality, flashy lifestyle, and controversial remarks as reasons why he doesn't have universal appeal.
Floyd Mayweather was trying to give y'all the fights, and everybody starts saying that this guy was too old, this guy was too that. Floyd Mayweather starts saying F all of y'all. F the belts, F you, F everything. I'm taking y'all to the bank, I'm robbing y'all. Belts does nothing but collect dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated. I train all day long, and I'm doing this to try to be one of the greats. Forget that, I'm gonna do it for me. He became one of the most selfish fighters you'll ever hear. That's why I never blamed Floyd. When y'all hear me say the Floyd Mayweather effect, a lot of Floyd Mayweather fans, you hate on Mayweather already. No, I'm talking about the effect. Floyd Mayweather is an all-time great fighter, but people grab the wrong things because most people aren't about hard work and dedication anyway. That's why to be great is rare. Most people try to find that shortcut, and they only saw Floyd's shortcut. They never saw his scenic route.
Mayweather's constant display of wealth and luxury has rubbed some people the wrong way, especially during times of financial struggle. On top of that, his past domestic violence convictions have only added to the negative perception, casting a shadow over his public image. In an interview, Mike Tyson opened up about the challenges Floyd Mayweather faces, drawing comparisons to his own struggles. Tyson explained that, despite Mayweather's massive success, he's likely coming to the realization that true friendships are rare and that jealousy plays a part in this. While many athletes share wealth, Mayweather stands out as the world champion, putting him in a unique and tough spot in the celebrity world. Tyson believes Mayweather will need to accept that real friends might not always be as flashy or glamorous as he might hope.
What lessons do you think Pacquiao and Mayweather could learn from you in terms of life away from the ring?
Well, Floyd seemed to be going through some stuff like me right now, you know, like realizing no one's his friend and everybody's probably, even though I even hate to say it, because maybe everybody's kind of a little jealous of him, you know, because he is Floyd Mayweather. I know these other guys got their money, but this guy is the champ of the world. You know, it's hard to compete with that. So he's pretty big on those scales as far as on the celebrity scale. So he's gonna realize what life is all about, and what friends are all about, and realize that we only have a few of them. And sometimes they're the only ones we got. They may not be the ones we want, but they're the ones we have. You know, sometimes we wanna have glorious, glamorous friends, but they don't want to be our friends.
In the interview, Floyd Mayweather opened up about how often he's misunderstood by the public and the media. He stressed that many people form opinions based on assumptions or rumors, without truly knowing his side of the story. Mayweather also talked about his complex relationship with his father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., acknowledging that their bond had its ups and downs. However, he credited his father's tough love and strict training for shaping him into the disciplined, undefeated champion he became. He also reflected on his rare amateur losses, each by just 1 point, and how those setbacks pushed him to work harder, fueling his drive to dominate in the professional boxing world.
People are entitled to judge me for what they hearsay.
Okay.
Making assumptions. Just because I never came out and said, "Oh, let me explain," I don't have to explain it to nobody. Only people that I feel like I have to explain something to is my children and my relation, and because at the end of the day, only God can judge me.
Let's go back to where it all started. You grew up in Grand Rapids,
yes,
Michigan. Your father was a fighter. Your uncle was a fighter.
Both uncles.
Both uncles were fighters. So it was almost like you was like destined. It was predetermined. You were ordained to be a fighter.
Yes. That's all I knew.
Mayweather's boxing skills helped him set records in pay-per-view sales, with his 2015 fight against Manny Pacquiao leading the way, generating 4.6 million PPV buys and bringing in over $400 million in revenue. But his wealth doesn't just come from the ring. In 2024, he made a strategic move by purchasing more than 60 buildings in Upper Manhattan for $42 million, adding over 1,000 affordable housing units to his portfolio. He's also invested in various real estate projects and is involved in a proposed casino in Times Square.
Floyd Mayweather was the highest paid athlete in the world, and you won't believe why. Early in his career, Floyd partnered with a fight promoter where he was making $3 million a fight, but he wasn't satisfied. He thought he could make way more with pay-per-view and wanted out of his contract. So he bet on himself and paid his manager $750,000 to get out. And you won't believe what happened next, so drop a follow. This would prove to be a huge win for Floyd, and after going independent, he made nearly $1 billion and became the highest paid athlete in the world.
Mayweather's financial success highlights his smart approach to both boxing and business. His ability to leverage his brand and make intelligent investments has firmly established him as one of the wealthiest athletes in history.
Money Mayweather for a reason. The boxing superstar has earned over $1 billion in his career, enough to buy a small country, and he spent it on private jets, diamond watches, and mansions bigger than some shopping malls. But then, rumors came out that he had spent it all. So how did Mayweather bounce back from broke allegations with a business empire that looks stronger than ever?
Mayweather's approach to wealth speaks to his sharp business sense and ability to capitalize on his fame. His strategic investments and financial decisions have certainly made him one of the richest athletes ever. However, his lavish lifestyle often comes across as excessive, especially in times of economic hardship. While some may view it as a sign of success, others may find it disconnected from the reality many face. What do you think? Does his lifestyle inspire you? Or do you feel it's too much? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.